Tak. I don't need the pace tap at all.
Levy, how you doing? No, you don't need the post up.
No, okay.
This is quality commentary, which, as far as I'm concerned, can basically just be anything. We could talk about cheese. Lev, what's your favourite kind of cheese?
I like Holland cheese and I forgot Finnish cheese. Finnish cheese is my favorite.
Finnish cheese.
Holland cheese is a new one to me.
Holland cheese is also new one to me.
Is that Gouda kaas?
That's not a real thing. No, you've made a word up. You've made a word up.
That's how you pronounce it. Like I think you guys pronounce like Gouda or something.
Buddha.
It's Gouda kaas.
Eurus, last currently in the gay car.
He's in the VC chat.
Eurus, how's life in the gay car?
I mean,
we've got the Colgate curbs on the outside, so that's nice. Oh, good.
Is there any?
I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? Are they just putting breaking points again? I thought when Mike did that in Thursday League, that was controversial.
Fucking hell. We're gonna get Nuno for pole again, probably, because he is the only one to have sub 23 yet.
Right. Okay, give me a bit of silence when we do the grid rundown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, all smooth for me in terms of recording. Ready for grid rundown. Nuno takes pole, but Nobscar ties it with him. That's the 6th time pole has ever been tied in Sunday League Gamer. 3rd place, Pamuchis in 4th, and Julo qualifies in the top 5. The LSAs of Nandi and Danabator in 6th and 7th, Nandi ahead of Danabator. And then it's the NTHs of Anti and Sobo in 8th and 9th, Jake in 10th place, and Andrews in 11th spot. Twist on his return to Sunday League as a reserve, VEO takes 12th place, Grandy down in 13th in his first race for FGR. Opalon 14th in the MBZ and X16 15th in the LYR car. Rozim takes 16th spot. Cosmo on his return to racing takes 17th position. Urist will start last.
Yeah, but Skip, you missed that 12th, 13th and 14th place are all on tie here.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh. I wish I'd seen that. That would be great. They tied pole.
But yeah, tied pole.
See, now I'm not here, so now yours is last. Good luck taking on the role, bucko.
Okay, before we go, awareness, full on, turn 1, danger.
Danger. Which turn? It's just T.
I mean, okay, T.
English people's when it's 12 o'clock. T.
T. T danger.
T. Okay.
T danger.
T6, here we come. He's embracing it at this point. I respect that. God damn. The extra paint on the LYR really not doing them any favours.
Levy be like. How much blacker of that livery are we going to get during this fucking race?
Right, are we ready?
Bye bye.
Oh, bye. Yeah. No S. Don't freak out. Just I was gonna say hi. Someone's just making my trick that I did in Lost Ring. That would be very.
Bye when you let me.
That was really funny.
I had that in karting once, where my friend every time he laughed me would just wave at me, and it was very patronizing.
First laps, be aware.
I'm considering leaving the VC if you guys are gonna be so loud.
Okay.
We are.
You, buckaroo.
Yeah, so bye.
We are loud bullies.
A little game.
There he goes. We can now make jokes about Eurist. Let's go.
Alright.
Yeah. Shit.
It will be Nuno starting on pole ahead of Nobs, who'll start second. 5 lights are out. We're underway here at Assen. Julo looked to have slightly stalled on the grid. He's lost positions there, but he is racing now. That's good for him. We'll have a look at the carnage here. Nuno obviously gets away cleanly from pole in the back. They've all kept it relatively clean. That's a big shock there. Gamer in second place. Nomsco drops down to 4th. He's going to go round the outside of Pamuchas into the chicanes there. Makes his way up into 3rd place. Gamer into the lead of the race. He overtakes Nuno. Here on lap 1, he'll lead the first lap away. Notably, Hanandi in 4th place, Jake in the other FLF car, he's in 5th, they're running 3-5 at the moment, there's a little bit of a gap behind Pamuchas. Then we've got Anti, Opalon and Julo. Opalon making his way up, but he gets a penalty there. before pushing Julo off the track. Danimator able to get through with that. Big bunch up here. Jake into third place. Jake into third position ahead of his teammate Nomscar. Nuno takes the lead back. Gamer in second at the moment. Nomscar's going to look to slipstream down. Hanandi also part of this slipstream pack. Is Jake going to go for the lead of the race? He gets past Gamer. Can he get past Nuno, the 4-time world champion? He's currently in second place in this Sunday League race. He goes down the inside. He takes the lead of the race. Jake Brad leads the Dutch Grand Prix here. Is he going to surrender that lead to Gamer by the end of the lap? Gamer defense from Nuno. Jake comes across the line and he will lead lap 3 here at Asa. Nuno crosses the line. He's in second. Gamer in third place. Noms in fourth. Jake still leading them away. Could he be on for his first ever race win? No. But an amazing start for him. He's up here from 10th. And Andy, Pimu, all in this pack. Noms dropping back a little bit here. Lag. Rocket there through. Pimu gets through. Nuno into second place. Pimu takes out Gamer. Noms and Hanandi make their way through. Hanandi is in third. Jake is in first. Noms in fourth place. There's going to be some collisions here. Julo gets a poor exit after battling with Danny and Anti down there. And then in 10th place we have Sobali. X6 makes his way up into 11th. We've got Grandy behind Cosmo, Opalon, Razim, Urist, and Twist, and then Andres, voice crack, all the way at the back there. Nuno and Noms have taken that lead off Jake for the time being. Let's hope that Andres isn't having too severe problems. He has pitted already, so that's probably the loss of pace. And Andy goes for the final podium spot. It's only lap 6, but for the final podium spot here, Jake takes it off and he's in third place now. Jake running in fourth, and Andy already scored his first podium in Broad this season with an incredible drive where he had to beat multiple Class A drivers, and he's going to look for a second podium of the season to really cement a good finish for LSA in that Constructors' Championship. Pimu takes a bit of gravel there. We've got the cars battling back there. Is Jula going to go round the outside? He does at that hairpin. He's now up into 7th position right behind Anti, who's on the hards. Lev, your thoughts so far?
I just seen the lag rocket crash between Cosmo, Grandy, and Opalon. They were third. They all three were out in turn 2 there, and it's really cost them very much of time. And Gamer just beat it though, but so far the race is completely going crazy.
Absolutely, Gamer in for the undercut. Julo takes the grass there. We've got Jake still in second place, it looks like, at the moment, and Andy takes him into the wall. They go off. Jake pits, Julo pits, Danny pits, Sobel pits. That's a scheduled stop, but maybe not a fully intentional one. I could definitely see a situation there with somebody being swept in. Big battling here. Has Gamer's undercut worked on them? Not quite. He does come out in behind Cosmo even. Gamer behind Cosmo. He's just been stuck behind these cars that are battling, who haven't stopped yet. Nuno trying to get away. Anti on his hards. Now into second place. Pimu in third as Noms and Hanandi pit. X6 also pitting from a very respectable, I think he was in 5th there. Here comes the train of undercutters, and it is Gamer and Cosmo and Julo making their way through. Looks like Julo has a little bit of lag at the moment, but luckily that is raceable lag. Gamer in 6th, his teammate in 7th position. Urist up into 5th place after starting last because of that hard stint. That's how much battling has cost these drivers, battling and pitting. Rozim in 4th. Nuno in 3rd now as he makes his stop. He is the leading car to have stopped, obviously, with that great advantage he got at the beginning. Rozim and Urist, never thought I'd say this, Rozim and Urist battling for 4th place as the pitted cars come through. That's the thing about Aston, the early stop here. If you extend your advantage, then you're really going to have a great deal of track position over the cars behind. Nuno in the net race lead, but Anti on the hard compound tyres. He's going to look to stretch those as far as he can to try and match as close as he can to Nuno's second stop. So Hex, your thoughts so far?
I couldn't tell you because I can see about 2 pixels of cars on left screen, so
okay, I see. Well, we'll go to Lev more for that view then, but in the meantime we've got Hanandi following through Julo. Pimu finally into the pit lane. He comes out behind this gargantuan train of cars into 10th, 11th place, it looks like. Outside of the top 10 he is at the moment. Hanandi going for a move on Julo. These guys battling it out brilliantly in Portimao. Julo not here for last race, but they're back at it here. They both go off into the gravel. Little bit of a lag rocket there, just a minor one, but it's enough to send them both off the track, and they lose the back of Nomskar in 4th place. Uris goes in to make his stop finally after being in 4th and 5th place for a considerable amount of the race. Nuno in the race lead. He's buggered off a bit off. Oh no, sorry, not quite in the race lead at the moment actually, but Anti on the hards will forfeit the race lead when he pits over the next couple of laps. We've got Twist in last place, Andres in second to last. Then we've got Cosmo, Opalon and Eurus. Eurus going from 5th down to 14th after that pit stop. Amazing how the pit stops at this stage of the race can lose you positions. Rozim dives in for his stop. X6 battling Grandy. Grandy looking to try and challenge Class A. He's not doing that at the moment. He's down in 12th place. We've got Jake, who's fallen back now. He's battling Sobel and Pimu, who are still very good company to be fighting, but not ideal for what he wants to be battling at the moment. We've got Julo, who is in 5th place. He's leading away the 2 LSA cars. Hanani makes a mistake there, but Danny's still right on Julo's tail. We'll have a look forward here. Anti-pits and comes out ahead of Julo. Amazing strategy. Qualified behind Julo, but using those hards, taking that overcut and extending it out into the lead where you've got all that clean air really helps out, because the battling loses so much time with these tight, twisty corners and all this gravel and grass runoff. Gamer in for his second stop of the race, also pitting twice, Andres and Hanandi. Gamer the third person to pit, and it's a double stack down at the RMC garage. Skip clearly sweating away, hoping his mechanics can get up to the task there. Will Julo come out ahead of Eurus? He will, and he's getting a little bit of clean air in front of him too. We've got Pimu up into 5th place now. He's stopped just the once. Anti in 3rd. He's looking very good at the moment, but classic, like we've seen so often in Sunday League, it's Nuno in 1st, Noms in 2nd. Now, I needn't remind you, but if you are a new viewer or you're just tuning in, this will be the record-breaking win, the most historic fundamental record. I say that. Rain comes in, so we're going to get rain next lap, probably coming in light rain on its way. Rozim and Andres the first to pit for the wet weather tyres. Rozim on the full wets, Andres on the intermediates. Yes, this is the biggest, most historic record in Sunday League history. The win record set by K over a year ago, 19 wins. Nuno has levelled it. He did that last race. Can he break it here? He's got a bit of rain to deal with at the end of his lap. Nomskar also onto the wets. I'm not sure what these drivers are thinking, because that's a big gamble if the rain doesn't stick out. We'll see where Noms is. He's rounding the final part of the track. Will Nuno come out ahead? Yeah, pretty clearly in the lead there. He leads by about 3 seconds. Anti also in on the same lap as Nuno, as are Danny and Gamer, all in full wet weather tyres. The front field really looking towards those wets. It's now properly chucking it down. Grandy now the only driver to have not stopped onto the wet weather tyres. That's a big mistake for him at the moment. Nuno retains his lead about 3 seconds. Anti now a pit stop behind Noms, and Pimu in 4th place. He's on the inters, but with the intensity of the rain going up, it certainly looks like the wets might come into play a bit more here. We've got Danny on the wets behind Sobel. We've got X16 is that battling Gamer. That's incredible. He pitted early onto the inters, and we'll see here. Yeah, slightly more warm than Gamer's wets, and that's really worked out for him. He's looking for his first ever top 10 finish in Sunday League. Definitely could be on for it today. Sobel closing in on Danimator here. He's going to try and use that slipstream he'll get through turn 1, turn 2, and into turn 3 to try and get an overtake. He tries to force his way down the inside. We're into the gravel hairpin now. He doesn't go for a move there. I don't think he was close enough to Danny to try one. But yeah, relative normality there. We've got Julo in 9th and Eurus struggling for top 10s recently. He'd love to get back in the top 10 today. Lev, your thoughts?
Well, it was unexpected that such a light rain will last so much, and wets of many drivers actually came into the play, but now inters of the others will come into the play, since inters are planned for more or less wet conditions, while wets are for full wet conditions. So probably it would be a great idea to actually undercut to pit for slicks if the sun would come out from the clouds, but as it stands, it won't come out from the clouds.
We have Opalon and Andres in what's rumoured to be their second last ever races as the historic MBZ teammates that they've been since the very beginning of Season 6, maintained that the whole way through. Hanandi, in a big crash there, he spins into the gravel trap. He has recovered the car, he's down into 16th place now. He's battling Rozim, Andres and Opalon for up to 13th position. He's not going to be in that fight anymore. We've got Jake down in 11th trying to challenge Eurus for that top 10 position. Juno a little ahead. He's in 9th, X6 in 8th. Great position for him, but he's dropped back from Gamer a bit. We've got a lag spike going on. Let's hope it clears itself up. It has. Very quick one. All good to see. Drivers starting to come in for the slicks. Anti, the first on the grid to do so. Gamer, then Sobel, Danimator, then Sobel, then Gamer, all in behind X6 coming into pit. Julo also right behind him as well. Thing to remember about this custom track that it is obviously the fact that you get one pit box for everybody, not the separated pit boxes that we see in custom tracks. In the base track here, rather, we've got Nuno still leading the way, but not by a huge degree over Noms. We could see Noms picking up his first win since the end of Season 6, and is now at the end of Season 8. Nearly 20 entire races, 19 races, I think, since his last win. And we'll have to see how he does here. Anti, in a very comfortable third place. He hasn't scored a podium in any of the last... he scored one podium in the last 23 Sunday League races. He finished third in the Super Cup last night, but he'd be looking to get back on the podium in Sunday League today, and he has a very, very good chance of doing it if he can keep this position going. Het, anything more that you could see, or not ideal for the moment? Het Menica? Think we've lost Het for the time being, unfortunately. Sobel in 6th place battling Gamer there. We've got a great fight here for 4th position. Danny v Pimu v Sobel v Gamer. Sobel and Gamer wanting to work together here probably. They're both on the hard. They need to catch those medium runners. Everyone pretty much pitting at the same time because of how the rain dried up. Noms, again, just closing in on Nuno. So we saw the hards for a great strategy that worked for Grandy earlier when he won in Challenge League. He is now down in 16th place. The other men on the podium, Jake Brad, who's now in 10th, and Cosmo, who's in 12th. So you can see, pretty big skill divide. We've got X16, who wasn't even on the podium earlier. He's now in 9th place at the minute, fighting for 8th. So, you know, huge shake-up here. Challenge League pace not always indicative of Sunday League pace. We've got Nuno still in the lead here. He's just outside that second range from Noms. If Noms could gain a few tenths in a lap, he'd be able to get within that slipstream. Slipstream, this isn't the most powerful track for it. Very technical, Aston is. Lots of winding corners, lots of dangerous corners, lots of time lost battling. But especially down this main straight and through this first part of the first sector, you can really get a good tow from the cars ahead. And he's still in 3rd. That's nothing new. Danny, he's in 4th, best of the rest at the moment. And it just looks like a game of slipstream at the moment. We've got Sobel and Gamer, the compatriots from the Netherlands, at their home race today. And you can see the fans have really come out in good show for them. The blue and orange stripes on the outside of Turn 1 for their respective teams, NTH and RMC. A brilliant track design job done by Mr. Andres himself, currently in 14th position. He did some lovely decorative work for here. As it is, still this Class A pack slipstreaming each other. I mean, that's nothing really new. It's a tactic they've been doing for a while. Best of the rest of the rest, I should say. Julo in 8th place, outside that fight for 4th. He's running a pretty solid race. I think, you know, a double top 8 finish for RMC would really boost them in the constructors after this race. X610 looking to hunt him down though. Jake in 10th. Lev.
So I could tell that there is not much that interesting happening right now, but I can see that Nom's car is in the slipstream range of Nuno now, which means that we could get the lead battle here.
We absolutely could. He's right. Great spot there. He's right in that slipstream range. Obviously, if you want to, after the race, review the footage, Lev recording the full track cam, you can see all the action all of the time. So a brilliant tool. I very much recommend it myself. Mom's right in the slipstream range of Nuno. Now their tyres, they're the same age tyres. They're on identical strategies for the moment. But that's the issue that we've seen with a lot of the field taking hards after the rain, is that obviously you don't get pit stops for a few laps. You don't get that kind of shake up. Everyone from the same starting ground. It's like restarting the race from that position. They're coming up to lap Julo here. Pretty big pace differential circuit, obviously, like I said, with lots of time lost through battling. You get that certainly as well. And we'll see here we've got Nuno still leading Noms away. We'll have a look down the order. Anti has come into the pits. He's on fresh hards. Gamer yet to pit. Pimu yet to pit. They're on their old tyres they took after the track dried up. Noms still slipping Nuno. We'll turn eyes back to them soon. Pimu and Gamer still not into the pit lane. Anti hunting them down soon. Danny also having pitted, Sobel having pitted, Julo having pitted, Urist not yet. Cosmo in 11th needs to pit too. X6 gets an overtake done on him with as much fresher tyres, but Jake gets through on the both of them after a penalty goes to X6. For that, we'll have a look back at the lead of the race. It looks like we've got a little bit of action going on here. We're going to have them coming into the pits pretty soon. Interesting strategies in that battle for 4th. Obviously, every point counts, especially with 4th place being 19 points and 7th place being, gosh, I think it's something like 13. Noms is in. He goes for the undercut on Nuno. Finally, a bit of action here. Noms going for the undercut. Does he go into the softs? No, sticks on the hards. It completely depends how Nuno's lap is here. Noms will pit and come out ahead of the rest of the pack, such as the lead that these front two have gone, but not battling each other, just slipstreaming. Clearly the two best drivers in Sunday League for so many seasons, and they've continued it today. So great to see Noms back in the action. Nuno into the pit lane. We'll have a look at Noms here. Nuno switches his tyres. Noms through the final part of the lap. Nuno coming up to the pit exit now. Noms sweeps around the outside at turn 1, and he does take the lead of the race. Now this won't be too crucial. Track position is not something that's entirely cut and dry here. You've got to obviously use slipstream as your tool to advantage. If he was able to get outside of slipstream, he would have been, you know, laughing here, but he's not quite gone that, and that means that Nuno can close up to the back of him. Noms, you'd argue, you'd almost rather be in Nuno's position, because he's taken that overcut, stayed within slipstream range of Noms, and now he just has a lap fresher tyres, and he will do for every single lap of this incredibly long, hard tyre stint that they're going to take these tyres, you know, 14, 12, 13, 14 laps. I mean, it's incredible. Let's look back at the action here. Anti really needs to come in for new tyres soon. That surely must be this lap. No, he stayed out more. Sorry, Gamer is what I meant there. Anti on much fresher hards. Sobel here, he's on a relatively good position. Softs, Danny on pretty similar light mediums. We've got a lot of lapped cars here. Thank God we've got Ghost of Blues on. This would be a bit of a travesty otherwise. Gamer just gets a little bit squirrely with his battling with Sobel. Still a great four-way battle here for this position. Anti just, unfortunately for him, having fallen back into the clutches a little bit. Gamer and Sobel in on the same lap twist, experiencing some problems there. Nuno still slipstreaming Noms. This will come down right to the final stint to see who wins this. Anti still running in the podium positions. This is what is really key for him, that he doesn't get sucked into battles with those running in 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th position. Julo on a hards that will last him a good few laps still, but he's not really going to be able to catch his teammate there. Still best of the rest of the rest. X6 and 9th, very solid for him. He'll be very happy with a top 10 finish should he get one. Urist, his teammate, a double top 10 finish for LYR would be phenomenal. Cosmo in 11th, Jake in 12th, and we've got Andrews, Rozib and Opalon. Grandi still in 16th position. Hanandi after that bizarre accident in 17th, and we've got Twist back of the pack. Very competitive field, and it looks like Nuno is now past Noms. He has managed to get his way past somewhere. Noms just needs to stay within slipstream range. Nuno doesn't have a massive tyre advantage over him, just the 1 lap fresher, but if he does fall outside slipstream, could be curtains for his race here. He goes down the inside. That's a proper overtake here. They fight it back into the gravel section. Noms sticks to the outside, nearly goes off into the gravel itself, but manages to regain the lead. Now, Lev, I'll ask you this. Why do you think that Noms is trying to prioritise track position here rather than just slipstreaming Nuno?
I think because he wants to not let Nuno go there, and we have rain and Noms, but my idea is that he wants to slow down Nuno as much as possible, so Nuno won't extend his gap on him.
Absolutely. Oh, we have rain coming in now. Announced light rain, and it's going to stay. Now, this will be the gamble. Who will actually try and stay out a lap? No, nobody will, because now we have heavy rain announced. Some have already pitted onto the inters, though, so Sobel could be a big benefactor of this, because he pitted right onto the wets. Nuno right behind Noms as they come out there. They're not going to have any consequential battling until right at the end. We've got Anti and Pimu and Danny and Gamer still on his hards. Oh, the light rain conditions are coming back, but there might be a bit too much standing water. I reckon Gamer will still risk those inters though, because it probably won't intensify more after the light rain conditions come back. It doesn't tend to go heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy, light. It stays in that position. They come up to lap Gamer now. Gamer finished on the podium in every race this season, bar one. He's down in 8th, which is really not great for him at the moment. It's just that staying out that extra lap that really hurt his chances. Noms now actually having pulled outside slipstream range here, so don't get too excited just yet, ladies and gents. But with 12 laps to go, we could be looking at our first win for Nomskar in 19 races, our second podium for Antti in 23 races. And it's all still to play for here at Assen. Nuno, still looking at that 20th win. He's put it in his name. He's so certain that he's going to try and get that today or next week. Well, it might not be today if Noms can just stay outside that slipstream range. Antti, wet conditions on the track, but they'll get better for him. He's one of only 6 drivers on the Inters at the moment, and it will turn back into Inters conditions as the track dries out. Danny to the inside of Mushas here. Can he get an overtake done? This is 4th position. Pimu defense to the inside. They're going to look to battle this in through. Sobel sneaks through there on his wets, which is not going to look too good pretty soon. Danny gets back through on him. There's a penalty in the background for Sobel. I think that might have been a shove on... Gosh, hard to say actually. A shove back there, but Anti's still in 3rd. Nuno's still in 2nd. And I think he's just about back within slipstream range of Noms. Lev, I'll come to you while there's not too much going on at the moment. What do you think so far?
Well, so far I think in 2 laps it will be a good time to start undercutting for slicks, if not even in 1 lap. And I can say there is very much interesting happening apart from...
Noms makes a mistake! Does he? Oh, a bit of a lag storm there, but it's lost Noms the lead. Sorry, go on, Lev. I cut you off.
But now it looks like it will be soon a battle for 3rd place, since Antti is pretty much close to Danny, and Danny might look to already be in the slipstream range of Antti pretty soon. And so now cars start to pit for slicks.
So this is the eternal question. Noms undercutting onto his softs. It'll obviously just be a straight soft fight to the end. He's going to hope for the track to dry up as soon as possible. It's not dry yet. Twist sliding off there on his wets. It now is dry, but Nuno's already rounding the final part of the track. I'd say this has benefited Nuno more than it's benefited Noms, this undercut from Noms. Look, there's a clear 2-part division of the track. That's amazing, actually. Seeing those who have already pitted, those who are yet to. Noms comes round, and it looks like, yes, he will be back within slipstream range. But remember that in order to do that, he took the undercut and will have 1 lap older tyres to the end of this race. We'll do a quick flick through the order. Antti in 3rd place, Danny in 4th. Danny hunting down another podium this season. He wasn't able to contend for the championship. That was wrapped up last time out in Lausitzring, but he's still looking for a potential 2nd place. Another little lag storm. Not amazing that we're having those, but luckily they're not doing too much harm to the field. Danny looking to close in on Antti. Sobel looking to close in on Pimu. We'll go back to the front for a moment. Looks like Noms. Has he lost slipstream? He does. He has. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I think it's the lag storms that we've just got at the moment that's losing him time. It is. He's getting lagged through this, and it's losing him all this time on Nuno. Oh, we've been robbed of a fight for the win in the closing laps. A potential 1st win since Season 6 for Nomskar. It wasn't to be. Antti in 3rd. Danny goes wide there at turn 3. Sorry, I'm still not over that. Danny wide there at turn 3. Pimu takes 4th position off him. We'll have a look at the battles further back. We haven't done that much. Julo looking to finish ahead of his teammate Gamer. Gamer might have just messed up the strategy here. 7-8 still very solid positions to finish in, but less so for Gamer. He'd be hoping for much better than that. Jake in 9th. Urist in 10th. Remember, this is a straight fight to the end. No one will be pitting anymore unless rain comes last minute. X6 and 11. He needs to close in on his teammate to take that top 10 position off him. Looks like he won't be able to do that though. Big gap there. Opelon down the inside of Rosine, his compatriot there for 12th and 13th. Cosmo, then Grandi, Andres, and Hernandi. That rhymed. And then back of the grid we have Twist, who is a lap back from Hernandi. Out in the lead still, Nuno. Making that gap up, just closing it a little bit. We have Noms, so it's been really difficult to tell who's had the better pace so far this race. It was a crucial mistake from Noms that lost him slip, and then I think a little bit of a lag affected issue that meant he's fallen out of it entirely recently. But we're heading on to the final lap here, and Noms will need a ferociously good final lap. He doesn't look in contention for the win at the moment. Nuno made his debut in Hungary Season 4, the final ever race win for K. That race win took K to 19 race wins. K, the 2-time world champion, very much seen at the time as the best driver to ever grace the sport, while Nuno broke his championship record by far. He's taken 4. He equaled the win record last time out. He breaks it today. Nuno wins the Dutch Grand Prix and takes his 20th race win, breaking the record for the most wins ever by a single driver in Sunday League. Nomskar comes home with a very respectable 2nd place, the only place he's finished so far this season other than 12th. With the fastest lap as well. 2nd place for Noms and Anti. For only the 2nd time in the last 23 races, and for the 1st time in the last 13, is back on the podium. He did hold off Danny in the very end there. Danny in 4th place with Pamushas in 5th. Sobel takes 6th. And Julo, for the first time this season, beats his teammate Gamer. Julo in 7th with a great result. Gamer in 8th, he'll be slightly disappointed there. Jake, after leading early on, picks up a very respectable 9th place, and Urist in the top 10 for LYR. Rosine takes 11th place. Opalon in 12th, and X6 just slid down at the end, 13th there. Cosmo on the podium earlier in Challenge League, he takes 14th in Sunday League, and the man who won that race, Grandy, he takes 15th. Andre's in its 16th position ahead of Anandi in 17th place, not the best day for LSA. Twist, back of the grid on his return. It's been an enthralling race here at Assen, but the race you really don't want to miss will be our season finale next week, where we go to Hell Valley for one last time this season. We'll go racing. Nuno breaks the win record. It's been a long time in the making, but it's finally happened, and nobody could be more happy for him. An amazing, amazing feat to cap off his career before he goes on his sabbatical. Thank you for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed the race, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.